Love is one of the most central themes in the Bible, woven through its pages from Genesis to Revelation. It's presented not just as an emotion, but as a guiding principle that reflects the very nature of God. The Bible teaches that love is the foundation for all relationships, the greatest of all virtues, and the true mark of a faithful life. It is through love that we come to understand the character of God and the purpose He has for us. The verses we'll explore were chosen because they offer a comprehensive view of what love truly means in a biblical context. Each verse highlights a different aspect of love, whether it's patience, sacrifice, sincerity, or the connection between love for God and love for others. Together, these verses provide a holistic understanding of how we are called to love in every area of our lives. These specific verses are not only foundational, but also highly practical. They guide us in our daily interactions and challenge us to embody the kind of love that transcends ordinary human emotion. By reflecting on these scriptures, we can deepen our relationship with God and others, allowing love to be the driving force in everything we do. If you enjoy videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more and give this video a thumbs up to let us know you like it. The first Bible verse we need to chat about is 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7, which reads, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres." 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7 is one of the most well-known passages about love in the Bible, often quoted in weddings and sermons alike. This scripture beautifully describes the qualities of love, stating that love is patient, kind, and not envious or boastful. It doesn't dishonor others, is not self-seeking, easily angered, or keeps a record of wrongs. Instead, love rejoices with the truth, always protects, trusts, hopes, and perseveres. This passage encapsulates the selfless and enduring nature of true love. The significance of this verse lies in its depiction of love as an active, ongoing choice, rather than just a fleeting emotion. It challenges us to rise above our natural tendencies towards impatience, jealousy, and selfishness, and to embody a love that reflects God's character. This scripture is a call to cultivate a love that is pure, enduring, and unconditional, qualities that mirror the love God has for us. In practical terms, applying this verse to daily life means making conscious decisions to act in love, even when it's difficult. Whether it's showing patience in frustrating situations, offering kindness to those who may not deserve it, or choosing to forgive rather than holding on to grudges, this passage serves as a guide for how to treat others. By living out these qualities, we not only strengthen our relationships, but also become a living example of God's love in the world. Our second verse is John 15:12, which records Jesus' clear and powerful command. "My command is this: love each other as I have loved you." This verse is part of a larger discourse where Jesus is preparing his disciples for his departure, emphasizing the importance of love as the defining characteristic of his followers. The command is both simple and profound, calling us to love others in the same way that Jesus has loved us, with selflessness, sacrifice, and deep compassion. The significance of this verse lies in its directness and its standard. Jesus isn't asking for a generic or superficial love. He's setting the example with his own life. This kind of love is sacrificial, as demonstrated by Jesus' willingness to lay down his life for us. It's also unconditional, extending to everyone, regardless of their actions or attitudes. This verse is a reminder that the love we show should be a reflection of the love we've received from Christ. Reflecting Jesus' command to love others means actively choosing to prioritize the well-being of others. even when it's inconvenient or costly. It's about loving without expecting anything in return, just as Jesus loved us without conditions. This command challenges us to look beyond ourselves and to see others through the eyes of Christ, extending grace, mercy, and kindness in every interaction. By doing so, we fulfill His command and demonstrate what it truly means to follow Him. The third Bible verse about love is Romans 12:19 through 10, which calls us to love must be sincere, hate what is evil, cling to what is good, be devoted to one another in love, honor one another above yourselves. This passage emphasizes the importance of authenticity in our love for others. Paul is urging believers to practice love that is genuine, not just in words, but in actions and attitudes. This love is rooted in a deep commitment to goodness and a rejection of anything that harms others. The significance of this verse lies in its call for sincerity and selflessness. Sincere love means loving others without hypocrisy, with pure intentions and a genuine desire for their well-being. It's about more than just outward acts of kindness. It's about a heart that truly values others. The command to honor others above ourselves further deepens this idea, pushing us to place the needs and dignity of others before our own, reflecting the humility and service that Christ modeled. To apply this verse in daily life, we must strive to love others with authenticity, ensuring that our actions align with our words. This means being honest, compassionate, and truly invested in the lives of those around us. Honoring others involves recognizing their worth and treating them with respect and kindness, even when it requires us to sacrifice our own comfort or preferences. By embracing sincere love and putting others first, we create a community that mirrors the love of Christ. The fourth verse you need to know is 1 John 4:18, which states, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love." This verse highlights the transformative power of love, showing that true godly love eliminates fear. Fear, often associated with the expectation of judgment or punishment, has no place in a relationship grounded in genuine love. This verse reassures us that when we are fully embraced by God's perfect love, fear is dispelled. The significance of this verse lies in its deep connection between love and security. God's perfect love, as shown through Christ, offers complete assurance and peace, removing the fear of condemnation or rejection. This verse challenges us to trust fully in God's love, allowing it to fill every corner of our lives, leaving no room for fear. It's a reminder that love and fear are mutually exclusive. Where one exists, the other cannot thrive. Understanding love as the opposite of fear means embracing the security that comes from knowing we are unconditionally loved by God. In our daily lives, this understanding helps us approach relationships and situations with confidence and peace, rather than anxiety or worry. It also calls us to love others in a way that reassures and uplifts them, creating environments where fear is replaced by trust and mutual care. When we allow perfect love to drive out fear, we reflect God's love more fully and create a space where others can experience that same freedom. Our final Bible verse is Matthew 22:37 through 39, which records Jesus' response to the question about the greatest commandment. Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself." In these verses, Jesus summarizes the entire law, highlighting that love for God and love for others are inseparable and foundational to a life of faith. The significance of this passage is profound. Jesus places love for God at the highest priority, emphasizing that it should encompass every aspect of our being, our heart, soul, and mind. But he immediately connects this with the command to love others, showing that true love for God naturally extends to loving those around us. These two commandments are not isolated. They are deeply intertwined, demonstrating that our relationship with God is reflected in how we treat others. Understanding the connection between loving God and loving others means recognizing that our love for God must be evident in our actions toward others. To love God fully is to honor His creation, our neighbors, by treating them with the same care, respect, and compassion we desire for ourselves. In practical terms, this means that our devotion to God is not just a private matter, but is lived out in our interactions with the people we encounter daily. By loving others as we love ourselves, we fulfill the greatest commandments and embody the love of God in a tangible way. The verses we've explored offer powerful insights into the nature of love as described in the Bible. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7 teaches us that love is patient, kind, and selfless, setting a high standard for our interactions with others. John 15:12 reminds us that Jesus commands us to love others as He has loved us, sacrificially and unconditionally. Romans 12:9-10 calls for sincere love that honors others above ourselves, while 1 John 4:18 assures us that perfect love drives out fear, bringing peace and security. Finally, Matthew 22:37-39 connects our love for God with our love for others, showing that these two commandments are inseparable. Incorporating these verses into daily life means actively striving to love others in a way that reflects God's love for us. It challenges us to be patient, kind, and selfless, to love without fear, and to honor others in our actions and attitudes. By keeping these scriptures at the forefront of our minds, we can approach each day with a commitment to live out the love that the Bible so clearly defines. Let these verses guide your thoughts, words, and actions, becoming a blueprint for how you interact with the world around you. As you meditate on these scriptures, allow them to transform your relationships and your approach to life, making love the central theme of everything you do. Through this, you not only grow closer to God, but also become a powerful example of His love to others. The transformative power of love, as described in the Bible, goes beyond mere emotions. It changes how we see ourselves, others, and our purpose in life. Love drives out fear, fosters sincerity, and connects us deeply with God and our neighbors. When we embrace and live out this love, we experience the fullness of life that God intends for us, and we become instruments of His love in a world that desperately needs it. I encourage you to take these verses to heart, reflecting on how they can shape your daily interactions and relationships. Share these scriptures with others, and let them be a source of inspiration and guidance. Together, let's strive to live out the kind of love that the Bible teaches, making it a visible and powerful force in our lives and in the lives of those around us. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day.